there I can talk to. Spit me on my hole. Have you ever cheated on me?
I thought it would go better than this. The Other Way, all new, Sunday at 8 on TLC.
There's no set path, no way you have to be. So why not do what you've been dreaming of? You've got the power, we've got the tools. Make a website with GoDaddy and put what you want out there.
Need better sleep? Try Nature's Bounty Sleep 3, a unique tri-layer supplement that calms you, helps you fall asleep faster, and stay asleep longer. Great sleep comes naturally with Sleep 3, only from Nature's Bounty.
Feed a healthy lifestyle with pure protein.
High protein, low sugar, tastes great.
High protein, low sugar. So good.
High protein, low sugar, birthday cake.
Pure protein, the best combination to help you stay fit.
Plastic. It's our most dangerous addiction. So we took our worst vice and turned it into the DNA for a better system. We created Bionic and put the word out with GoDaddy. What will you change? Make the world you want.
The architect is coming for our new home on Kelly's property.
What about the guest room when I want to stay over?
We can't walk 20 feet back to the house.
That's where I'm gonna have to drop a line.
I Love a Mama's Boy, all new, Sunday at 10 on TLC.
We got on the plane as a family, and then zoop, everything changed.
Monday.
You keep putting it out here, but then it's good.
It's like The Family Chantel, all new, Monday at 9 on TLC.
For the first months of World War II, the Allies had enjoyed unchallenged control of the Mediterranean Sea. Britain's oil supplies from the Middle East passed through it undisturbed, and communications with the Empire in India and the Far East were secure. Italy's entry into the war changed all that. Its naval fleet was modern and well equipped. The Italians now concentrated their fire on the strategically crucial British-controlled island of Malta. The island was an important refueling base for British submarines and aircraft in the eastern Mediterranean. It had become the centre for Royal Navy attacks on Italian and German supply convoys to North Africa. In summer 1940, Italy bombed it. It was the beginning of a 2-year assault, which would inflict terrible suffering on the island's population. It was now obvious to the British that they had to do something if they were to keep a toehold in the region. That winter, Britain launched what it hoped would be a knockout blow against the Italian navy. On the evening of November the 11th, 21 Swordfish torpedo bombers lifted off an aircraft carrier. They swept in on the Italian fleet, anchored in its base at Taranto. The Italians hadn't expected it. Three of Italy's 6 battleships were crippled. 4 months later, Britain struck again. The Italian fleet was again caught off guard off the coast of Greece. fourth Italian battleship was damaged. Mussolini's challenge to the British Navy was finished. It was a turning point for Hitler, too. It was now clear that Italy could no longer be depended on to maintain control of the Mediterranean. It meant his supply lines to North Africa were at risk of being cut off. Germany decided to take a direct hand. In early 1941, the Luftwaffe bombed Malta. The island took another severe battery. The attacks continued, month after month. Yet the British garrison hung on. During an interview in the German bombardment in autumn 1941, it even managed to step up its attacks on the Axis supply convoys to North Africa. Then the Luftwaffe resumed the assault. But despite the battering, the people of Malta held on. The following spring, in April 1942, they received a unique honor for the heroism they had shown in the 4 months of devastating Axis bombardment. The island was awarded to George Cross, Britain's highest award for civilian courage. But by the summer of 1942, Malta was running short of supplies and ammunition. In mid-June, the British Navy sent convoys from Gibraltar and Egypt to relieve it. But the Germans were waiting. Just 2 of the 17 ships got through. The situation on the island was getting desperate. It was time for some decisive action. In August, Britain launched Operation Pedestal, the biggest convoy ever sent to Malta. 14 merchant ships entered the Mediterranean through the Straits of Gibraltar. They were accompanied by a large naval escort. Almost immediately, they ran into German opposition. For 3 days, there was a ferocious sea battle, as Axis submarines and aircraft attempted to stop and sink the convoy. Finally, on the 4th day, 5 of the British merchant ships made it into port. They brought with them just enough supplies to keep the island going. Malta had been rescued. It meant the Allies could continue to harass the Axis supply lines to North Africa. It was a strategic advantage that would prove crucial to future events in the region. In North Africa, Churchill's orders to his new team, Generals Alexander and Montgomery, were simple. Destroy the army commanded by Field Marshal Rommel. Almost immediately they were informed by the team that had broken Germany's Enigma code that Rommel was preparing to attack. Montgomery assumed that Desert Fox would try another of his outflanking moves and fortified the ridge of Alan Halfa, just to the southeast of El Alamein. It was, he hoped, the rock on which the Axis forces would be broken. When it came, the fighting lasted for 3 days. This time, Allied ground forces were helped by air power. The RAF played havoc with the advancing German tanks. Rommel was forced to give up, and, short of fuel again, he pulled back.
Monday.
Yeah, you tell me to.
I told him how I am. I told him the truth. Angela might not be able to tote Michael Davis, she can tote just about everything else.
Happily Ever After Strikes Back. All new Monday at 8 on TLC.
I don't have anyone here I can talk to. Speaking of my daughter, have you ever cheated on me?
I thought I would go back to this. The Other Way. All new. Sunday at 8 on TLC.
Discover the Deep Clean Persil Discs. They remove not only visible stains, but even invisible dirt. For a true deep clean. Try Persil Discs.
12 missing females within a 100-mile radius of where we're sitting. We got ourselves a predicament.
Big Sky already has audiences buzzing.
Should have seen this coming.
Don't need to lecture, Denise.
The shocking premiere twist everyone's talking about.
Race or impact.
Big Sky, all new Tuesday on ABC.
At Ministry of Supply, we use NASA patented materials to craft the planet's most comfortable clothes, rigorously tested to be everything-proof and a formal day. Ministry of Supply, comfort everywhere, unlocked by science.
Attention, anyone on Medicare. The Medicare annual enrollment period is now open. Did you know you may now be eligible for additional Medicare-approved benefits, including free hearing aids, free eyeglasses, free home prescription delivery, and free rides to medical appointments?
We're both on Medicare and talked with an insurance agent. But we've been hearing a lot lately about newer plans with additional benefits and want to make sure that we're getting all the benefits that we're entitled to.
If you're not 100% sure about your Medicare benefits, it's time to call the Medicare helpline. The call is free. You could be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan with no copays, no deductibles, and no monthly premiums. That's no as in zero.
Is it true that I don't automatically get the new additional benefits? But if I call, your agents can look at what plan I'm on and let me know if I'm getting all the benefits I'm entitled to.
That's right. Call now to instantly find out if you're eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan that includes additional benefits. You don't get these automatically, so call and see if you're eligible. The call is free and there is no obligation to enroll. Just call the toll-free number on your screen now to see if you qualify.
Our friends are all saying that right now is the best time to call during the Medicare annual enrollment period. But with so many people over 65 trying to call before the deadline, won't the phone lines be busy?
The Medicare helpline is open during the annual enrollment period to help anyone on Medicare make sure you are getting the benefits you deserve. Just call 800-260-7979 now to find out if you're eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan that includes additional benefits. There is no obligation to enroll. The call and Medicare benefits review are absolutely free. Call 800-260-7979. That's 800-260-7979.
The architect is coming for a new home on Kelly's property.
What about the guest room when I want to stay over?
You can't walk 20 feet back to the house? That's where I'm gonna have to drop a line.
I Love a Mama's Boy. All new Sunday at 10 on TLC. Monday, the family's growing.
My brother Royal and his wife moved back to Atlanta.
And so is the drama.
I'm not hiding anything.
We gonna scam when we see one.
Family Chantel. All new Monday at 9 on TLC.
It was now Rommel's turn to dig in. He chose a line between the impassable sand sea of the Qatar Depression and the Mediterranean coast. Great belts of minefields were covered by artillery. Rommel's panzer divisions were held back as a mobile reserve to destroy any Allied breakthroughs. Montgomery was well aware it was a formidable battle. He also knew it was impossible to outflank it. His only option was to punch his way directly through the middle of the Axis defenses. He was helped by a flood of new equipment from the United States, which included the new American Lee and Sherman tanks with 75mm guns. At last, the Allies had a weapon which would match the Germans. Finally, on the evening of October the 23rd, 1942, the British opened up an artillery bombardment on Rommel's positions. The Battle of El Alamein had begun. Under cover of the bombardment, Allied engineers moved forward to clear paths through the Axis minefields. British, Australian, New Zealand and South African divisions fought to drive a hole through Rommel's defences. Rommel's artillery took a terrible toll. Casualties mounted on both sides. The Axis forces were harried by Allied air power. Finally, after 10 days of fighting, the Allied forces broke through. The following day, Rommel retreated. It was Germany's first major defeat at the hands of the Western Allies. Churchill was triumphant.
Ah, this is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end. But it is perhaps the end of the beginning.
For 2.5 months, Montgomery chased Rommel west along the North African coast towards Tunisia. Meanwhile, an Anglo-American force had landed 1,000 miles to his rear in French North Africa, Morocco and Algeria today. was codenamed Operation Torch. The Allied First Army was soon moving eastwards towards Tunisia. Rommel was in danger of being attacked from behind. Over the next few days, the Germans flew in tens of thousands of troops from Europe to save Rommel and shore up the German position in North Africa. Finally, in late February 1943, Rommel, reinforced, set up a new defensive line 100 miles inside Tunisia and turned to attack Montgomery's advancing forces. But Montgomery had been forewarned in Enigma codebreakers, and his troops were waiting as the German tanks rolled forward. British artillery broke up the assault, and the panzers were quickly halted. It was Rommel's last battle in North Africa. He now returned to Germany to beg Hitler to abandon the North African campaign. But Hitler refused. It was a misjudgment. As Montgomery's 8th Army now pushed up from the south, the Anglo-American 1st Army squeezed in from the west. On May 7th, US forces took the port of Bizerte. The British 7th Armoured Division, the famous Desert Rats, drove into Tunis. The Allies' pincer closed, and the Axis troops were trapped. 5 days later, 250,000 German and Italian soldiers surrendered. It was more than twice the number that had surrendered at Stalingrad 4 months earlier. For Germany, it was another momentous disaster. The following day, the British Regional Commander-in-Chief, General Harold Alexander, signalled Winston Churchill, "Sir, it is my duty to report that all enemy resistance has ceased. We are the masters of the North African shores."
Brittany has gotten herself into a very serious situation.
There are people who genuinely hate him, and they might decide to kill him.
The Other Way, all new, Sunday at 8 on TLC.
So, I think that I'm bringing my navel pierced today.
I'm not big on piercing.
If you say don't, I really want to.
All new, Welcome to Blackville, Tuesday at 10 on TLC.
Keeping your oysters growing while keeping your business growing as you swamp. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database, so you can start hiring right away. Claim your $75 credit when you post your first job at Indeed.com/promo.
Are you managing your diabetes using finger sticks? With the new Freestyle Libre 2 system, a continuous glucose monitor, you can check your glucose with a painless 1-second scan. And now, with optional alarms, you can choose to be notified if you go too high or too low. And for those who qualify, the Freestyle Libre 2 system is now covered by Medicare. Ask your doctor for a prescription. You can do it without finger sticks. Learn more at freestylelibre2.us.
Who has last sports?
Really? But we can't shoot commercials right now.
So who would put our faces on some other guy's bodies?
Take from me, deepfake Saquon Barkley.
And me, Baker Mayfield's face on not Baker Mayfield's body. Boom, that's live sport.
Discover the Deep Clean Persil discs. They remove not only visible stains, but even invisible dirt. For a true deep clean. Try Persil discs.
Think outside the oven and get thanks grilling with Ace. Get a Traeger grill to make tasty turkey and desserts. This week, take advantage of great deals on Traeger with free assembly and delivery on all grills $3.99 and up. Ace is the place to go for hardware folks.
'Tis the season to treat yourself to a better night's sleep with Nectar. And with your Nectar mattress purchase, you'll receive up to $399 in bedding accessories, including pillows, a mattress protector, and a matching sheet set. Visit Nectar.tv and shop our Black Friday sale today.
The architect is coming for a new home on Kelly's property.
What about a guest room when I want to stay over?
You can't walk 20 feet back to the house? That's where I'm gonna have to draw the line.
I Love a Mama's Boy. All new Sunday at 10 on TLC.
Need better sleep? Try Nature's Bounty Sleep 3, a unique tri-layer supplement that calms you, helps you fall asleep faster, and stay asleep longer. Great sleep comes naturally with Sleep 3, only from Nature's Bounty.
Feed a healthy lifestyle with pure protein.
High protein, low sugar. Tastes great.
High protein, low sugar. So good.
High protein, low sugar. Birthday cake.
And try Pure Protein shakes with 24 vitamins and minerals.
I have schizophrenia. Everyone. Yeah.
When I first met you, I thought you was awkward, but there's something else.
Last night.
They must be scared.
Everyone's flawed. But admitting our flaws gives us the opportunity to face them.
Now available with Dish on Demand.
On the plane as a family, and then zoop, everything changed.
Monday.
It's like.
The Family Stands Out. All new. Monday at 9 on TLC. Monday.
You tell me you are. I told him how I am. I told him the truth.
And will not be able to tote Michael Davis should tote just about everything else.
Happily Ever After Strikes Back. All new Monday at 8 on TLC.
Mussolini's gamble in North Africa had taken a terrible toll on German resources. It was about to have even more serious consequences for both him and Germany. In January 1943, at a conference in the Moroccan city of Casablanca, Churchill and Roosevelt agreed to open a new front on German-dominated Europe. The obvious target was Italy, seriously weakened by its North African failures. The only question was, where should the invasion begin? Should the route go via Sardinia or Sicily? The Allied High Command chose the Sicilian route, but to throw the Germans off the scent, they organized a deception plan. Operation Mincemeat was launched. A corpse was dropped off the shores of Spain carrying false papers. When it was washed ashore in May 1943, the papers passed to the Germans, they revealed that the Allies would pretend to attack Sicily, but that their real target was Sardinia. Enigma code breakers soon confirmed the Germans had fallen for it. Six weeks later, the British Eighth Army under Montgomery landed in the southeast corner of Sicily.
Thank you.